Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about Terraform. It is the infrastructure as a code using the .tf file to automate the process in declarative way. I'm going to deploy AWS EKS cluster using Terraform, and then I will run this web application Docker container inside the AWS EKS cluster. These are the 4 steps that we are going to do as part of the simulation. Firstly, we will write the Terraform code. Secondly, we will create the AWS S3 bucket as part of the dependency. And thirdly, we will deploy the AWS EKS cluster using the Terraform command. Lastly, we will deploy the web application container inside the EKS Kubernetes cluster. Finally, we will test the web application by browsing inside the Google Chrome. As part of the step 1, so we're going to create the main.tf file to declare what are the resources that we are going to create. So first of all, we will create the AWS S3 as a backend, and then we will create the new backup and name the file that's going to store inside the bucket, and then we will declare the region name, and then we will choose the AWS as the cloud service provider. After that, we are going to create the IAM role for the EKS. So now we are going to create the IAM policy that will be attached to the EKS cluster role. So this session of the starting from line 45 to 58 will create the new cluster, but it will depend on the completion of the IAM EKS role. So at the line 16, we are trying to create a new IAM role for the worker nodes to create a new EC2 instances. So starting from the line 74, we're going to create the IAM policy, which will be attached to the IAM role for the worker nodes. So at the line 99, we are going to create the worker node group. Those are deploying the new EC2 instances. So using the scaling config, and also depending on the IAM policy and the IAM roles. So this is the subnet that we are going to need to copy from the VPC. So now we are going to create the AWS S3 bucket using the cln command. So now we have created the new bucket. So we're trying to list the list of bucket available in the AWS S3. So part of the step 3, we are going to start the deployment using the Terraform. Initially, we're trying to initialize the Terraform. So after that, we're going to look at the list of the resource changes using the Terraform plan. So now we are going to apply the Terraform. Now we are going to issue the Terraform apply command to deploy the resources in the AWS. So we just enter yes. So now all the resources are successfully deployed and apply is complete. So now we could go into the AWS console and try to look at the EKS cluster and also look at the worker nodes that created by Terraform. So now here in the EC2 instances, we can see that all 3 instances are running. So now we are going to update the kubeconfig by issuing the AWS EKS update-kubeconfig command. So now we check in the Kubernetes cluster. So currently no resource at the moment. We try to look at the pod in the kube system. And we try to look at the namespace created by Kubernetes itself. So now we're going to create the Docker container into the EKS Kubernetes cluster. So this is the Docker container that we're going to deploy. And the name is the docker-py-v1 tag, and the port is the 5000. So we issue a deployment command to deploy this container. So now, so deployment has been created, and then we're going to create the load balancer to expose this web service to the public internet. So now load balancer has been created. So if you can see that Pi service load balancer service has been created. So this is the URL that we need to copy and paste it over to the Google Chrome. And using a port 5000, so you can see our application is running. So now we're going to destroy all the resources that we created. So we delete the load balancer first. And then we're going to delete the deployment. So all the ports are terminating now. So terraform destroying command will delete all the resources that we created in the AWS. Then you will see that all the resources are deleting one by one. So we will just enter yes, 11 to destroy because we created 11 resources in AWS. Now all the resources has been deleted or destroyed. To summarize, so in this video we go through how to create the main.ty file to deploy the AWS resources or EKS cluster, and so after everything is completed, so we destroy all the resources that we created in the AWS using the terraform destroy command. So I hope this video useful for you. Thanks for watching.